Hello, everyone, and here we have a new story. Before we get to that, I want to ask you to subscribe, like, and be sure to write comments in order to participate in the development of the community. Write how to improve my community, current topics in the stories you are interested in, and much more. I read and listen to all the comments. People write me stories by mail from different countries. There are problems with translation. I apologize for this. I will work on it and try to fix these errors. I want to thank everyone for their support and the people who wrote to me by mail. Broadcast news stories. New videos on my channel are published once every 2 days at 7 p.m. Don't forget to put a bell in order not to miss new videos. And now, let's go. Hello, I want to tell you my story. I am 37 years old. I am quite a successful person in my field. I have my own small business. I live in a small country house and I don't deny myself anything, but that's for now. But I started with the fact that I had to go a long way of betrayal. So I came to the big city when I was 20 years old. I was all alone. My parents helped me. I entered the institute. I had to work hard to rent an apartment, eat, buy clothes, pay for my studies. I have clearly decided for myself to achieve good results in life at any cost. After a long time, I have a successful career. My plans include buying my own house, because I'm already tired of renting an apartment. I was very proud of myself. My emotions overwhelmed me. It seemed to me that my life had just begun and now everything would be fine. I dreamed of a big family and a cozy home. At this happy moment in my life, I met my future wife under very funny circumstances. One day, during my lunch break, I went into a cafe. A pretty waitress started serving me at the cafe. It was a completely simple girl, obviously from the hinterland. Judging by her manner of speech, I immediately realized this. A spark immediately broke out between us. This girl's eyes drove me crazy. After she accepted my order and after a while brought my dishes. On the way to my table, the girl stumbles and the tray with my lunch flies out of her hands. The girl in horror begins to collect the pieces of dishes. I mechanically rush to help this girl. "Forgive me, please," the girl whispered to me. "Nothing terrible has happened. The main thing is not to worry," I reply. Now the waitress could hardly hold back her tears. At this moment, the administrator of this cafe approaches and starts shouting at his employee. I started to defend the girl and said that it was my fault because I accidentally pushed her. The administrator replied that he saw that the girl herself had turned the tray. As a result, the girl was fired. Since then, without going into details what happened after the dismissal of the girl, we started living together and soon got married. In the end, I almost saved up money for a house. I immediately delighted my wife with this news. My wife was delighted with the good news, and we started planning children. I kept working and went to see the houses for sale. It wasn't easy for me to combine everything. After a while, there was another good news. My wife got pregnant. I was over the moon when I found out about it. All 9 months, I took care of my wife. But there's no happy ending in my story. After a while, I found out one terrible truth. When I found out about it, my eyes went dark. On this terrible day, I decided to surprise my wife. During the lunch break, I bought flowers and sweets. I drove up to my house, got out, took the presents, and went inside. My wife was in the shower. I went to the kitchen and put the flowers in a vase. I undressed, went into the room, and took my laptop to surf the internet. My laptop was already on. I discovered my wife's open social media profile. Looking through the messages, I came across a dialogue with my wife's best friend. What I read made me turn pale with horror. My life has been turned upside down. In this correspondence, my wife calls me a loser. She wants to take away my real estate. They also laughed at me because the baby's not from me. My wife wanted to get a divorce and take my house away from me. After what I saw, I was thrown into a cold sweat and my heart started beating very fast. I just wanted to scream from the intense pain. But at that moment, the water in the shower stopped pouring. I quickly turned off my laptop and ran out of the house. On the way, I bought a bottle of whiskey and walked to the nearest park. I was sitting on a bench and thinking, what should I do next? At that moment, an idea came to my mind. At the time, I thought it was the only logical way to solve my problem. The only thing that calmed me was that I hadn't signed the papers to buy the house yet, and we were renting it. After a couple of months, the X day comes. All this time, I pretended that I didn't know anything. I continued to play my role of a naive husband. One day I called my wife and told her that I had signed a contract to buy a house, that she can come right now and take a look at our own house. I've already ordered her a taxi. My wife was insanely happy. This was evidenced by the enthusiastic cries of my wife into the phone. After 20 minutes, my wife got into a taxi and drove to the place I had appointed. When my wife got out of the car, she was very surprised and did not understand what was happening, because the taxi driver brought my wife not to a brand new house, but to the railway station. Then I wrote to my wife, "My beloved wife, I am in a hurry to tell you the news that I have bought a house for myself." Are you asking yourself why I bought a house just for myself? Because you and I are getting a divorce. By the way, I've already filed for divorce. You will not be able to take away the house from a naive sucker, because after your insidious plan, I turned to the best lawyer. I have issued all the documents to my mother. By the way, I'm really sorry that I introduced you to my parents at all. I wish you and your child all the best. I think you've already guessed that if anything happens, it won't be difficult for me to do a DNA test. Good luck to you, my dear. I wish you to look for not naive guys who would help you somehow get settled in the city, and more brains to cling to in life. We have since divorced, and I've never seen my wife again. I'm not looking for a serious relationship anymore. I live alone for my own pleasure. I communicate with different girls, and I don't deny myself anything. I took up hobby, which turned into my life's work. Hobby, of course, will not give birth to a child from someone else's man. That's the whole story. If you liked it, give a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Now let's move on to the opinion of the author of the channel. The opinion of the author of the channel. By tradition, I want to wish our hero strength and patience. I am 100% sure that he will have a very happy life. His wife will never have a happy life. I think this man did the right thing and showed ingenuity. Well done, I really liked how you took revenge on your wife. Girls are very insidious creatures. It's getting worse and worse every year. And finding a girl for a relationship is getting harder and harder. Men, be careful, watch the stories on this channel, and draw conclusions. I hope that after watching the video on my channel, men will stop suffering, because they will see something useful for themselves and will not make mistakes. The story of this man is a reminder of the strength that lies within each one of us. He started with nothing but a dream and worked tirelessly to build a successful life. Despite the betrayals he faced, he didn't let adversity define him. Instead, he used it as a stepping stone to secure his future. This man's journey teaches us valuable lessons. First, never underestimate the power of hard work and determination. Success may not come easy, but with unwavering commitment, you can achieve your goals. Second, trust your instincts and be willing to stand up for what's right. In a moment of moral choice, he defended someone who needed it, and it led to a life-changing connection. Lastly, always have a backup plan. This man was prepared for the worst and had legal protection in place, ensuring that his hard-earned assets were safe. Life may throw challenges and heartbreaks at us, but it's how we respond to them that truly defines our character. This man's story is a testament to resilience, and his refusal to be a victim of circumstances is something we can all draw inspiration from. So remember, no matter what life throws your way, keep pushing forward, stay true to your values, and always have a plan B. In the end, your determination will lead you to a life of happiness and fulfillment. Cheers to the strength within us all. Write your opinion and tips on how to survive infidelity in the comments. If you have watched to the end, I want to say thank you very much. I love you all. Thank you for joining me on this exciting journey of love, betrayal, and redemption. I appreciate your support and encourage you to subscribe, like, and share this story. Your participation and feedback are invaluable for shaping our content and promoting mutual understanding and community growth. Until we meet again.